Welcome to the Whole Foods Market Southwest Region Receiving Expert Training, New Team Leader Development Program, and Career Development Associate Store Team Leaders. Before we begin, you will need a copy of the Southwest Region New Team Leader Development Program, Shadowing Self-Assessment and Checklist, and a copy of the Southwest Region Career Development Associate Store Team Leader Immersion Checklist. These checklists have been added as a resource in Cornerstone. You will find them below the video launcher of this training. Just click on the green titles under Resources on the video training page. If you have not printed these checklists, please pause the video and print them at this time. The new Team Leader Development Program begins now. Please make sure you are in a quiet place. Have a pen and paper for taking notes. Before a new team leader arrives for their immersion, they will have completed the new team leader's self-assessment checklist. Instructions on filling this checklist out can be found on the second page of the checklist itself. Please prioritize the checklist items according to the grade the new team leader gave themselves on the self-assessment. Items in the checklist rated with a 1 take priority. Please remember, you were chosen for your high level of performance and knowledge. All items on the checklist rated 1 or 2 by the trainee should be given the priority level of focus during shadowing. Perform your job as you normally would to allow the trainee to get an accurate picture of what the job entails.
Hi, I'm Mark Bykowski, the receiving coordinator for the Southwest region. I've been with Whole Foods Market for almost 18 years, 10 years as a receiver, and about 7.5 years as the receiving coordinator. So let's get started with today's training. The scope for today's training includes the following topics: on the dock, administrative tasks, food safety, occupational safety, IRMA, financial and systems navigation, relationships and receiving customer service, and order to shelf. We will begin with the Southwest Region New Team Leader Development Program, Shadowing Self-Assessment and Checklist. On the dock, walk the new team leader through the receiving area, both inside and outside, to get them acquainted with the dock layout. Highlight any areas specific to their team, such as empty keg storage for stores with bars. Show them the receiving communication board and the location of the receiving logs. Talk them through each log, what they are, why they are filled out, and why we keep them. Discuss the different methods of delivery, including mega suppliers, direct store delivery or DSD, third party, and cross-dock. Review receiving dock signage, including signs with safety information and those containing dates and times, such as dock hours and mega supplier delivery times. Describe the most common injuries found on the receiving dock, as well as good practices to avoid them, like using safety cutters, lifting boxes properly, and mopping up spills. Review the cleaning log and the daily, weekly, monthly, and annual tasks receiving does to keep the dock clean and safe. Walk through the temperature log and how receiving records temperatures for deliveries. If your store has a temporary refrigerated trailer, show where the log for that trailer is located and how and when to fill it out. Administrative tasks. Show them your office or workspace and describe the tools receiving uses to stay organized and up to date, such as Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and Skype for Business. Talk about the regional expectations for receiving, such as order to shelf, daily or monthly checklists, and monthly close duties. Review the receiving metrics, specifically those that have a shared accountability, like out-of-period invoices and open POs. Food safety. Demonstrate how receiving verifies temperatures and food quality. Describe how and when product is refused when it does not meet Whole Foods quality standards. Show where you have the temperature guidelines posted and when you would refer to the guidelines. Occupational safety. Review all mechanical dock equipment such as balers, compactors, and dock levelers. Share any schedules in place at your store, such as when different teams are assigned to make bales. Powered industrial trucks, or PIT equipment, includes electric pallet jacks, pallet stackers, and forklifts. Show where this equipment is located, as well as the posted list of team members certified to use the equipment. Loss prevention is a program in place to audit good receiving practices to, prevent loss. Share your team's most recent quarterly audit score and how other teams can help receiving maintain perfect scores. Now let's talk IRMA. Walk through the IRMA receiving practices, including how POs are received on the handheld unit, creating POs using Devo and receiving documents, share examples of how to receive suppliers unique to certain teams, such as common suppliers for grocery, seafood, wine, or prepared foods. How and when to receive on the IRMA client or desktop, and how to handle IRMA receiving exceptions. Next up is financial navigation and systems navigation. Discuss receiving's responsibility for financial execution, including PO management reports, what they are and when they are sent out, correct pay processes, out-of-period invoice review, document storage and archiving, both in-store and off-site at Iron Mountain, and monthly and quarterly closes. Systems navigation includes ordering systems like Devo, OrderLink, and Poet. Talk a little about each system and how receiving interacts with each one. Receiving impacts and is impacted by practically everyone. Describe how receiving relates to team members in store, such as at team leader meetings and landlord walks. Share any receiving guidelines unique to your location. Review supplier relationships, especially any suppliers that you feel require extra attention. Now it's time for order to shelf. Start by talking about the standardized receiving area organization, including purpose, place, and sign, or PPS. And share how you stay in touch with regional or global updates and processes. Describe how all the team members contribute to good back-of-house management. Share when you regularly perform your landlord walks at your store. Review the contents of the receiving communication board. Walk through your invoice, office, or workspace and document organization. Share your receiving schedule and dock hours, as well as any approved after-hours exceptions applicable to specific teams. Briefly walk through the UNFI and DC unloading procedures and how receiving mega suppliers differs from receiving non-mega suppliers. Receiving run reports and checklists, as well as the receiving performance metrics. And finally, the receiving compliance scorecard, which shows everyone how awesome receiving is. Okay, we will now begin the Career Development Associate Store Team Leaders Checklist. Included in the scope for this checklist include overviews on the position and immersion, safety and security, communication, receiving product, impact to accounts payable or AP, how to make bales, backhauls, and reviewing the receiving order-to-shelf scorecard. Share the global receiving mission statement with the new ASTL. This statement defines who receiving is and what we do, as well as defining receiving's contributions and value to the store's overall success. It's a great way to establish receiving as a valued partner. The new CDASTL will work 2 full shifts in receiving, giving you an opportunity to peel back the curtain to show all receiving does during a regular day or week. What are things you wish store leadership knew about receiving? Now's your chance to share. Begin with safety and security. Review and discuss the overall flow and organization of deliveries, the staging areas and doorways. Show the visitor sign-in log and how to complete it. Walk through the daily safety checklist. Review any pit equipment at your store, as well as the pit inspection checklist and the pit certification list. Review the temperature calibration log and the LPI receiving audit. Review the DC and UNFI piece count board and the landlord walk, and share any deadlines for either one that are in place at your store. Share how product is received at your store, including taking temperatures, what purchase orders are, when we need purchase orders, and how to locate a purchase order in IRMA, how to print POs from IRMA, what 3-way matching is, how we scan in product, and how we close purchase orders on the IRMA handheld units. Share the DSD deliveries that are created by receivers in Devo at your store and how we send those purchase orders from Devo. Talk about non-UPC product and how those are checked in, and how to close purchase orders in the IRMA client. Who are the mega suppliers for your store? Which suppliers deliver via SWD cross-dock? What suppliers are approved as after-hours delivery exceptions? And talk about free fill product and how it differs from samples. Review and complete all of the following with the CDASTL: the daily safety checklist, the pit inspection checklist, the temperature calibration log, the temperature log, the visitor sign in and out log, and the cleaning schedule. Review areas of AP impact and how store leadership can help in those areas, such as suspended POs, why they suspend and what we do with them, recreated POs due to buyer deletion, and the correct pay and product refusal policy. Walk them through the global AP SharePoint and share examples of when receiving would post invoices for manual entry, short payment, and refusals, and review the receiving analytics report. Train them how to make a cardboard bale and where bales are staged and who picks them up. Be sure to share where any safety equipment for making bales is stored as well. Discuss and identify backhaul items for your location and who takes them. The most common backhaul items are pallets, cardboard bales, RPCs or IFCOs, papyrus card recycling, film plastic or shrink wrap, corks, compost, and donations. Please be sure that both you and the ASTL sign the final pages when completed. Here's the list of contacts for the learning and development team for every metro area. And that's about it. I've been your host, Mark Bykowski, Receiving Coordinator. Thank you for your time and attention. And go receiving. Woohoo! Southwest rules.